Let's check out the rib feature. So for the rib feature, what you're going to do is take a profile, just like your normal profile, and you're going to extrude it along a path that you define. So you can do a lot more creative shapes with this tool. One thing that's unique about this is your profile, while it does have to be a closed loop, your pathway does not. So we'll have a sketch that is an open loop. To start this part, we're going to enter into sketch mode on our front plane. I'm just going to create a basic center rectangle and dimension it. Make it 120 across the top and 60 tall. Then I'm going to exit the sketch. And now I want to deselect my sketch and start fresh on a brand new sketch plane. So I want to choose one that's intersecting my profile. So that can either be my top plane or my side plane. In this case, I'm going to choose my top plane. And I'm going to use a spline contour in order to create a pathway for my object to follow. And take a little bit of time to form some constraints along each of those anchor points to make sure that I get a pathway that is fully constrained. Making sure that I am identifying those dimensions based on horizontal and vertical components. I wanted to make sure I chose a complicated enough shape for you to be able to see how it's really cool that when we use the slot feature, we can reuse the pathway. So we're going to go ahead and select rib. The first instance, our profile is going to be that closed path, the closed profile that we created first. The second one, that center curve, is going to be our pathway that we generated with the spline tool. So for the profile control, you may be fine with keep angle, but the more curvature you have on your pathway, the more likely you're going to need to add a pulling direction. So that pulling direction is going to be the third reference plane that we haven't sketched on yet. And what that's going to do is kind of orient our profile parallel to that plane as it goes along the pathway. Just kind of keeps it from twisting on itself. And that brings us to the end of our